Hello, good morning, students. Today we are welcome to the Uma Devi Children Academy. Today we are going to discuss about the some property of the base. Last time we are already discussed the four property of base. Now let's move on the fifth property of base, that is the base react with some metal to liberate hydrogen gas. So base react with zinc to form sodium zincate and liberate hydrogen gas. Which base? NaOH is a base, right? So NaOH react with the zinc to liberate hydrogen gas and the form sodium zincate Na2ZnO2. Right, students? So let's see here the reaction, students. So in the first beaker I am using here the NaOH. This is NaOH. In this NaOH I am adding the zinc metal, the solid zinc metal. That's why I mentioned here S. S stand for the solid metals. Right, students? So when zinc react with the NaOH solution, NaOH, what happens, students? After some time, after 5 minutes, you may observe the bubbles of hydrogen gases are emitted from the test tubes or the beaker. You may use a single beaker in which 50 ml of beaker in which you may use the 25 ml of NaOH solution, and you have to add the zinc metal, the solid piece of zinc metal you are adding into them. Then what happens, students? The bubbles of zinc, here look at here, the bubbles of zinc are emitted. When bubbles of zinc emitted, the hydrogen gas is emitted and here it forms sodium zincate. Right, students? So it means the zinc or any metal, not any metal, here we are discussing about zinc. Zinc react with the NaOH solution to form sodium zincate. This is a sodium zincate, students, and liberate hydrogen gas. Right, students? Okay. The experimental observation, whatever we are discussing, students, about diagram, that we will see here in the experimental observations. The step 1, I am using here NaOH solution in a boiling tube and few drops of zinc granules. Liquid NaOH solution in which we are adding the solid piece of few pieces of zinc granules. Right, students? Few pieces, make it correction. Few pieces of zinc granules. Step 2, zinc react with NaOH to form sodium zincate and liberate hydrogen gas. Sodium zincate and liberate the hydrogen gas. So here it forms the hydrogen gas, students. Here it forms hydrogen gas. Right, students? Let's see the step 3. In the step 3, hydrogen gas passed into the soap solution through a delivery tube. So this is the delivery tube. So hydrogen gas we are passed into the soap solution through a delivery tube. The delivery tube. So what happens, student? The hydrogen gas is the can't visible to our eyes. Hydrogen gas which is the cannot visible to our eyes. Cannot visible to our eyes. So when hydrogen gas are passed into solution, the hydrogen gas are covered with the soap layer. Right? Hydrogen gas covered with the soap layer. For example, this is the hydrogen. It is not invisible to our eyes, but in this hydrogen gas, the surface which is the soap layer is covered like this. The soap layer. This is the soap layer. The soap layer which is covered the hydrogen. The soap layer which is covered the hydrogen. So when soap layers are covered the hydrogen, means the hydrogen gas are visible in the form of soap solution. Right. So in this soap solution, you may introduce the candle. This is a candle. The person has introduced the candle. Then it gives the pop sound. Like it will give the pop sound, students. Right. So the pop sounds are indicate that the hydrogen gas are liberated when zinc granules treated with the NaOH solution and liberate the hydrogen gas. Right, students? Understood? Okay. Next, the next question. The question is there here. Why all metal do not react with base? why, the question here students, the why all metals are do not react with base to form salt and hydrogen gas. The all the metal cannot react with the base, only metal, few metal only react with base and liberate hydrogen gas. So why it happens students, let's see the answer here. Answer is, it depend upon the reactivity of metal. It depend upon reactivity of metal students. So if the metal which is more reactive than hydrogen, then it displaces the hydrogen from base. If metal is less reactive than hydrogen, then it can't be displace the hydrogen, right? So let's see, I will show you one example here students. Zinc metal more reactive than hydrogen gas. Zinc metal more reactive than hydrogen gas. Here the zinc metal which is more reactive than hydrogen gas, so it displaces the hydrogen. So I am written here bracket, zinc is more reactive than hydrogen, H2. Zinc is more reactive than H2, so it displaces the hydrogen gas, right students? So that's why this reaction occurs here. So this is why these reactions are possible. Sodium hydroxide treated with the zinc metal to form sodium zincate and liberate hydrogen gas, because the zinc is more reactive than hydrogen gas. Zinc is more reactive than hydrogen gas, right students? Okay. But next point, but there is a no product when you compare sodium hydroxide with copper metal. Similarly, you may use copper here. Copper, when you NaOH solution treated with the copper, there is no reaction. No reaction here students. There is no possibility of product. There is no formation of copper hydroxide. Sorry, there is no formation of sodium cuprate and cannot liberate the hydrogen gas. Why students? Why this happened? Because the reason is copper is less reactive. Copper is here less reactive than copper, which is the less reactive than hydrogen gas. Look at here, what is the comparison you make? Compare here students. The zinc is more reactive than hydrogen and copper is less reactive than hydrogen. So if copper is less reactive than hydrogen, it means copper in which they cannot have that much of energy to separate the hydrogen from NaOH. Copper atom in which cannot have that much of energy, it can't able to displace the hydrogen from NaOH. Understood students? And zinc, which have a high energy, which have a ability to displace the hydrogen from NaOH, right? Zinc have a high energy, so that's why it displaces the hydrogen from NaOH. But copper is less energy, so that's why it cannot displace the hydrogen from NaOH. Understood students? Okay, let's see the reactivity series. Last time we have discussed the reactivity series in the first chapter students. Already we have discussed this thing. In this, once again I will explain you. Potassium is more reactive than sodium. Sodium is more reactive than calcium. Calcium is more reactive than magnesium. Magnesium more reactive than aluminum. Aluminum is more reactive than carbon. Zinc is more reactive than iron. Iron is more reactive than tin. Tin is more reactive than lead. Lead is more reactive than hydrogen. So look at here students, the zinc. So where is the position of zinc? Zinc is above the hydrogen. The zinc is here and hydrogen is here. Zinc is here, above hydrogen is here. So above the element means the hydrogen above the elements, it means the which is more reactive than hydrogen. Zinc is here in this table. Zinc is above the hydrogen. It means zinc is more reactive. Right? So just the whatever the toppers are, the topper always in the higher position. Like that, the zinc is a topper. Who is the topper, high energy, that is in the top position. And the hydrogen below the zinc, below the zinc because it is a lower position below the zinc. It means the zinc having the high energy than the hydrogen atom. Right students? So this the what is this mean? Zinc is above the hydrogen means the zinc having the high energy than hydrogen. This is the mean. Right students? And again one more example we have discussed copper with hydrogen. So let's look at here, hydrogen is here, copper is here. So it means hydrogen is having the high energy than the copper. Hydrogen having higher energy than the copper. Right students? So copper having less energy than hydrogen. Copper is below the hydrogen. Copper which is below the hydrogen. If copper below the hydrogen means the copper have a less energy than hydrogen. So that's why copper is cannot react with NaOH and cannot displace the hydrogen gas. Understood students? Okay. So next property students. The next property we are going to discuss here. So property is the sixth property. Base react with acid to form salt and water. Already we are discussing the previous topics. The NaOH, KOH, MgOH, whatever the base you may use, that all the base react with the acid to form salt and water. Right. So I will show one example here. The NaOH solution, sodium hydroxide, react with the sulfuric acid H2SO4 to form sodium sulfate and water molecules. Right. So this is the one of the neutralization reaction. Why we call it a neutralization reaction? Because here the formation of water. In this reaction there is a formation of water and salt. Where is the salt and water will be formed, that we are considered as a neutralization reactions. Right students? Next property students. The next property is the base react with non-metal oxide to form salt and water. So non-metal oxide. So non-metal oxide is here the carbon dioxide is the non-metal oxide, because carbon is the non-metal and the carbon with oxygen, that is the non-metal oxides. Right students? So it react with the one base calcium hydroxide to form calcium carbonate and water. Carbon dioxide react with the calcium hydroxide to form calcium carbonate and water. Right students? So just let's check, is this reaction balanced or not. Carbon 1, here also carbon 1, oxygen here 2, and here also oxygen 2, here also 2, so 2 to the 4, so here 3 plus 1 4. Oh, now it balanced. Next calcium 1, hydrogen 2, hydrogen 2. So all the reaction is completely balanced here students. Right? Okay, let's see the one more, the uses students, uses of the base. So first we are discuss here one by one. Here we have the 5 bases examples we are mentioned here. Sodium hydroxides, uses of sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide used in preparation of soap, preparation of paper, preparation of plastics. Plastic industry, soap industry, plastic industry, paper industry, it is used. Right students? Next, the calcium hydroxide. So it is used in manufacture of bleaching powder. So bleaching powder, it is one of the antiseptic students, and it will kill the disinfectant. So these bleaching powders are used for purification of water purpose use. Right? So calcium hydroxides are used with the help of calcium hydroxide to prepare the bleaching powder. It is the it is used as a purification of water. It act as a disinfectant. Right students? Disinfectant. Okay, uses of magnesium hydroxide. The magnesium hydroxide. So magnesium hydroxide, already we have discussed students in the previous example. The magnesium hydroxide which are present in the milk. Whenever the person feel acidity, right? In your house you don't have any Eno or the lemon juice or any soda in your house, right? Then in that case, if you are feeling the acidity, so in that case you have to prefer the milk. because milk is which is contain the magnesium hydroxide, which is base, which reduce the acidity. So it is act as a antacid. Antacid means students it is reducing the acidity, called as the antacids. Right students? And students, the if the how acidity occurs already we have discussed. If you are the take the heavy food, heavy oily food, then excess of HCl increase in our stomach. In our stomach contain hydrochloric acid. That hydrochloric acid, the concentrations are increases. If hydrochloric acids are concentration increases if you are when we eat the heavy oily food. So to reduce that concentration purpose, we have to use here the here the milk to reduce the acidity. Right students? Okay, next one is the uses of sodium hydrogen carbonate. The sodium hydrogen carbonates are used in sodium carbonate. The fourth one, sodium bicarbonate. The sodium carbonates are used in washing soda, preparation of washing soda, and softening of water. So what are the washing soda is available in our house? That washing soda which is made from Na2CO3. And Na2CO3 also used for whatever the hard water is there. Hard water, the hard water turns into soft water. So hard water means student which contain the many mineral ions. So that ions that kind of hard water we can't able to drink. So when we purified with the help of the sodium carbonate, the hard water turns into soft and it is easy to drink. Right students? And one more, the use of sodium hydrogen carbonate. It used in baking soda for cooking food. And the cooking food, the whatever the baking soda purpose it is used, students, and it used as an antacid, it used as a fire extinguishers. Already we have discussed, students. Already we have discussed here. This is the sodium hydrogen carbonate. The carbonate is there here. The carbonate which act as the fire extinguishers because the carbon dioxide which reduce the oxygen concentration in our atmosphere. So that's why it act as a fire extinguishers. Right students? I hope you understood the today topics. If you have any doubts, students, ask me. Okay, thank you.